Welcome back to Cross Skies. If you remember, last episode, we tried to figure out how to use the create windmill and got virtually nowhere. In this episode, not only do we get somewhere, but we get the first dregs of automation started. Without further ado, let's get on with the video. Alright, let's get started. So I figured out what the problem with this was. I needed a special thing. This. It's not that difficult to make. I have a this. Now, if I take this, what if I, bop? Is that the right side? And then, hey! This means nothing to me. But I have, like, a little bit of progress. I know how to use gears, I think, if they work the same. Do they work the same? If it does work the same, I could put axle, gear, axle. This thing, right? Hang on, I'm gonna go into creative mode. Let me test something. Okay, so I did make a little bit of progress. I figured it out. I do need gears, and I was right about my assumption that you could put an axle on a gear. However, the gears have to be attached to a block, so in reality I could actually lift this. And that's how I get that to do that. So by me putting it straight back like that, let me recreate how I did it in the world real quick. So here's roughly the layout that I had for the world. So if I do this, like this, and then this, whoops, whoops, double whoops, I'll fix that here in a sec, and then so now that's all turning, like that. Actually, considering in the world this is over the void, I may actually move this to be here instead. Like that. That way it's over the top. And does that still work? This is -2. Why is it negative now? Alright, so now that we have a basic idea of what I want to do, I'm gonna need gears. I still have no fucking clue what this hand crank does, though. I should have tested that while I was in the creative world, but that's... I have a guidebook. Oh, okay. This is what happens whenever you don't pay attention to the items that you have at your disposal. Gonna be making 9 so that I don't have to worry about making any more later. And in the meantime, I am going to want to smelt some more iron because I am quite low on iron right now. So, tasks, raw iron, view recipes. Okay. So, but go ahead. It's a good thing I got that fucking ore. Make sure I don't have any extras. Oh, this is so cool. Cool. I'm so happy that worked. Industrial Crucible is your first method of ore doubling. I mean, technically it's the second method of ore doubling because, I mean, you know what? Not the point. Don't I already have one of these? Hang on. I do have one of these. Why did they give me... Whoops. Why is that 2 separate quests? Whatever. Industrial blast furnace? Oh! Cat is now in lab. You will not get a video of Cat today, though. Hi, Beepy. Oh, already a stack? It's kind of sexy, not gonna lie. So, now what I know... If I... Hang on. Theory. Probably correct theory. Looks like I can have tubes going into this, and that is heat. If I take this guy, put this guy here, and put this here, and this here, and then take this, put this here, and then put this here, and then put this here to cool it. Do I have a heat sink? Heat sink. Copper ingot surrounded by iron bars. I can craft iron bars, yes? Yes. Let me go ahead and make that real quick. But if I put the heat sink up top, up here, wait till it gets hot enough to melt. Oh, please don't fuck everything up. Oh, I'm so scared things are gonna turn into lava. Ah, fuck yes, I'm so cool, actually. Okay, and then that takes... Uh-oh. I'm sensing an error. Okay, I'm consulting the book now that I remember that I have a book. Hang on. I love that Cat is sitting on lap during this. There's the book. Fluids. Fluid tube? Normal way to move fluids around, they have a capacity and transfer range of 2 blocks. With a wrench to adjust the mode. Each connect input output locked in share. So I need another wrench. And if I take this... like that? Oh my god. Oh my god, I got it. Yo! Oh my god, I got it! Okay. So... and the heat sink's working beautifully. I'll put it to 25 for speed reasons. Alright, Pog. Okay, now I need a way to, first off, I need... okay. I already have one of those, so I'll just go ahead and, real quick, pick this up, and then put it back down. Please don't drop it. Let's put this back down. Inventory's a little full. Let me go put some stuff away. Wait a minute, I saw iron dust. One iron dust gets turned into 2... based on that. Yeah, okay, so that makes sense. So that'll double again. I'm slowly figuring things out, because if I smelt down iron ingot, if I crunch down iron ingot, then it'll just give me iron dust, which is not what I want. So yeah, I can get 8 iron per ore at this rate. I can make another millstone. Have this move a little bit quicker. I think hoppers would be a good way to do this. It's gonna be a bit of a pain though. Let's continue putting stuff away while I think about this. Aw, Wednesday fell asleep. Alright, I have a little bit of basic stuff going. This is doing some good automation. What type of hoppers do we have? Typical hopper, sorting hopper. Do we have uppers? No. Is there a way for me to get soul sand without going to the nether? No, just going to the nether. That's the only option. That's alright. I'll figure something out. Am I able to get flint now? I am! Yeah, I didn't think the direction mattered for the millstone. So I can make Flint and steel. So I would go ahead and light that. Which got me a little further in one of my things. I love that my, like, generalized knowledge of computers was able to set up, like, able to understand that I needed a heat sink and even knew what a heat sink was. I cannot say the word without slowing down. Okay, now that I've quite literally multiplied my ores, let's set it up to do it just one more time. Can I do that with all ores, actually? Can I? Hold on. Oh my god, I can. Oh. Let me go make, like, a drawer for sand real quick, because I have a lot of sand. Never mind, I have one spare from whenever I was doing that. And that's where all my sand storage is gonna go. Boop. So much sand. That's such a beautiful orange. It's also ugly orange, but we don't care. We don't talk bad about our oranges here. I can't believe I figured part of this out. I had help, but I figured out a good amount of it. That's pretty cool. I'm so cool, dude. Let's sit here and watch the millstone while giving Wednesday affection. That way she can relax and go back to sleep. Poor baby, unable to sleep because I had to wiggle. I'm so mean. Let me think. Wait a minute. I have copper, redstone. I can duplicate almost all of my ores, right? I can duplicate my copper. I know that. Well, technically more than duplicate, but who's counting? Nothing's stopping me from just pre-making like 8 stacks of every ore. Just like real quick, just so that I have some spare. I'm keeping a close eye on the ores that I have, like on how hot this gets, because I know that these melt really, really easy, and I'd rather not have my only source of food go up in flames. Not dying is a pretty big goal for me. So recently, while working on commissions, I've been watching Rise of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, specifically Rise, and I've seen AUs before I saw the actual show, and I didn't recognize that because most of the stuff that's tagged isn't an AU, just like not within the first like 5 tags. I didn't realize that one of my favorite characters, I'm not going to say who, one of my favorite characters didn't die. And so I was like really, really hesitant to watch the movie. I was going through, I was like, oh, I don't want to watch it because my favorite character's gonna die, it's gonna suck, and I'm gonna be all sad. And then I watch it, and we get to like the climax of the movie, right? And we're just kind of sitting there like, oh, he's gonna die. He's gonna die. I'm so sad. Oh, please don't die. And I'm sitting there like literally I have my commission up on one screen, the show up on the other, and I'm sitting curled up, legs crossed, completely ignoring the commission, legs crossed, rocking back and forth and like chewing on my nails going, "Oh, please don't die. Please don't die." And then there's this moment where he pulls out a picture of his family, smiles, holds it close to his chest, and goes limp. And I start bawling. Turns out he doesn't go limp. He takes a deep breath. But I am so absolutely convinced that that is the moment that one of my favorite characters die, and I am so sad. And then the villain just keeps fucking beating him. I'm like, dude, he's dead. You're both dead. Leave it alone. But he didn't. And then my one of my favorite character winds up getting saved. And the way I fucking dissolved on the spot, bro. The way I literally, like, they do the, I'm not gonna say what they do, because I don't wanna, like, I'm trying to talk about this spoiler-free, but something really big happens that, like, it's been, like, hinted at towards the entirety of the show, and you're just kind of like, yeah, haha, not actually gonna happen, very funny. But then it does, and I just sit there kind of in shock, and my favorite character, like, actually survived. and just kind of just kind of like break down crying. Because I'm like, you're alive! You're alive and you're okay! I don't know how this happened, but it did! So, anyway, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Rise left me a complete emotional wreck for like a while. But it's so good. It's so good though. The biggest complaint that I have about it has nothing to do with the show and has to do with the people who host the show, honestly. Genuinely, my biggest complaint about Rise, which everyone in the fandom, if you don't know, a little bit of context, everyone in the fandom just calls it Rise because Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, that is a long name, so we just call it Rise. But the people who host Rise, the people like the streaming services that host it, don't host it very well. So Netflix has season 1 and the movie, but is missing an episode from season 1. And Paramount Plus has season 1 and season 2, but not the movie. And Nickelodeon and Disney Junior have season 1 and season 2, but not the movie. And YouTube has season 1, season 2, and the movie, but is missing half of season 2. And I'm just sitting there like, oh, huh? What? That's not how this is supposed to go. So I started watching it on Netflix, because Netflix is the one that I already had, like, the streaming service I already had, like, readily available. And then I went from watching it on Netflix and switched over to Paramount Plus because my boyfriend gets it as part of his job. No, I'm not kidding. It's a benefit for where they work. So I switch over to watching it on Paramount Plus, and after I finish season 2 and the movie on Paramount Plus, then I learn there's an episode that I missed from season 1. So after being emotionally devastated from the movie, I go back and watch the missing episode from season 1. And I'm just kind of sitting there like, this is the worst possible way in which you could have set this up. There are so many better ways in which you could have set up how to watch the show. But they didn't, so I just had a hard time trying to watch it all the way through with 2 different streaming services. If you're curious, I watched the movie itself, the movie for Rise. I watched that on Netflix because Paramount Plus, even if you have it paid for, still runs ads. You have to pay to watch the stuff on Paramount Plus, and then it also runs ads, which is disgusting and scummy and makes me angry. However, I am going to switch over to watching the TMNT from 2012, which is the 3D animated one. If you guys are like following along with like anything Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles related, I'm going to switch over to watching the 2012 version, because I grew up on the 2012 version, so I may have a little bit of a bias, I will admit. But I think that not the characterization of the main characters, but the characterization of the Krang is much better in the 2012 version. So I'm switching over in order to watch it for that reason. Plus, I've already finished Rise, and I'm not in the mood to go back and watch it again, because it made me cry the first time. So I'm giving myself an emotional break before going back for the second time. But yeah, if you've never actually seen any of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff, I do recommend, even with the frustrations that I get from how I watched it, I do recommend starting with Rise. It has the best characterizations of the turtles, and it's also just the most emotionally devastating, I'm gonna be honest. It made me cry so hard. Can I do a hopper and put that up above this? I think I can. Let me go make a hopper real quick. I really hope Rise comes out with a 3rd season, because despite the frustrations I have with it, it is really good. I also like the theme song from the 2012 version better, but that's just because I'm a nerd. Does that work? Yes, it does. Okay. So now I can just do that. This is positive, this is negative. I was right! The gears reverse direction based off how many gears there are. Man, I'm so smart. If you guys want to hear, like, a full review of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, let me know, and I'll do that in, like, a separate video. But I'd have to write out a script for it. I would, like, genuinely. Like, not me, like, playing around. I like writing, like, show reviews and movie reviews. But I don't do it as often as I used to. I used to post them on my Tumblr blog. I used to write them and then post them on my Tumblr blog and then debate people on whether or not the show was good or not. But I kind of stopped doing that purely out of disinterest. Because people that used to follow my Tumblr blog for that type of content didn't follow me anymore, so I wasn't getting the interaction I normally got anymore. Why do they want me to make a furnace? I have a furnace. What kind of drugs are you on? Whoa, that was a lot of XP. Wants me to make I had molten iron, so I don't need that. I already have one of those. It's in use right now. I'm not gonna make a second one. Oh, it's raining. Not in this biome, but it is raining. See? No, it's not. I literally went, look, it's raining, and then it immediately stopped raining. Like, fuck you. No rain for you. Let me go put some metal away, because I have like a shit ton of metal. I think this is okay to leave for a little bit. I don't think I have anything running that's super dangerous right now. Because I think everything is, like, either limited in how much it will produce, or it isn't doing anything expectantly dangerous. Okay, I had bricks being produced so I could make that. But I'm not sure if I'm actually going to use it. We'll see. Stamp mill is harder than most options to automate. I can make that real quick. Cobblestone, 6 wood, an iron axe, and a block of iron. Stamp mill iron into 3 iron grit. So this thing goes in the sides. Would have been better with the, whatever. Whatever, I don't care. How much you want to bet this right here, what I'm about to do, is going to break everything? Okay, so that's working. And it didn't break, which is cool. Well, I can always make far more iron than necessary. I can only do 1 at a time? Hi guys, Editor Atlas here. I'm gonna be honest, I really over-recorded for this episode. I normally record about an hour of footage for my videos, and this video has nearly 2.5 hours of footage. On top of that, the rest of this recording, I'm actually learning a method of automation I wind up hating and ignoring for the rest of the series as much as I can. That means the rest of this is pretty much dead footage. In the next episode, I'll go over what I learned and how I plan to upgrade before continuing on with the renovation of my base I plan to do. Thank you all so much for watching.
Yeah, things are gonna get better real soon.